Hello, everybody. I am Fedora Gamer, and welcome to the randomly generated podcast. This week we have the person or the dragon that's been missing for 2 weeks now. The
I'm
rumors,
alive!
yes, the rumors of his death were unfounded, but Gingerdragon is joining us again. So much for him being
How's it
my
going?
most reliable co-host.
I'm still more reliable than those last ones you've had.
Good point. Hey, life happens. He 2 weeks ago he ate a plague-riddled night, and I've told him many times that's generally not a good idea, so he was deathly
Look, you
ill.
humans just need to learn to bathe properly. It's not that hard.
So he was deathly ill for that week, and then dragons go camping sometimes with family, so.
Sometimes you gotta step outside of the cave and go to another cave.
a more rustic cave, maybe? So, if it's camping, I guess. I mean, he didn't have his computer there, so obviously it was a little more rustic.
Yeah. This cave didn't have electrical outlets.
Oh, why would you do that to yourself?
It's terrible.
And also, just for you guys, my stream is not updating after the pre-show, so is it going right now? Is the stream
I think so.
working?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Alright, then I won't bother refreshing the page and getting a loud, annoying ad or anything. So, alright, and our other guest this week, we have Banyle, or Banyle, as
Hello.
everyone tends to call him.
Yeah.
He is a streamer. I don't think you do the YouTube thing, do you?
No. Only streams.
He is our Swedish buddy, so good guy.
Here the board, here the bork a bork.
Oh, you know what we should have?
Stereotypes!
You know what we should have him do? Gingerdragon wasn't here for this last week, but assumably he might have watched the VOD. We had Suddenly Ninja, which is actually Dutch, even though it sounds like English is his first language. We had him read the 50 Shades of Grey generator in Dutch. It was freaking hilarious and horrible.
50 Shades of Grey generator? Like,
Yes. Oh,
just take random text from 50 Shades of Grey?
no, it's actually much raunchier than 50 Shades of Grey ever was. It's horrifying. It is horrible.
I was about to ask what Stone was talking about when he said it went very dark, but I think you just answered my question.
Yeah. It was magical. So we should have Banyle do that in Swedish.
Yeah, we can make that happen.
Oh god,
Yeah.
it's gonna happen.
You
All
know,
right.
Stone, I'm not gonna be able to stop that, right? I'm just gonna sit idly by and with you just facepalm endlessly.
And our other guest is our indie developer buddy, is Eric. And I'm not gonna say last
Hermit.
names.
Eric, well, my real name is Eric Hornby, but EricHermit's my internet name. So.
Okay, EricHermit,
That-
developer of what's the name? Luminux. Yes.
Luminux.
Luminous. Okay. He's also fancies himself a streamer as well.
No. I will. Okay, I stream a little bit, kind of when I'm fooling around, but I wouldn't say I take it too seriously. So like, if you ever come to one of my streams, you don't expect a cool background image or a soundtrack or something.
Or
Hey, that's okay. I think my background image is still a shitty paint image.
Okay.
you need to update there, Gingerdragon. Also, his internet connection doesn't like him much, and sometimes it's just like, nope, you can't stream.
Oh yeah, yep. It's bogus sometimes.
Yeah, I've been on a stream of yours. It would turn into a very frame slideshow.
I think I kind of got that mostly fixed now, but it was basically I had the bitrate up with too high or some stuff like that. Oh, there's Corey. That's my in the chat right there because I think he can only pop in for a second. Sprezzatura, that's Corey, the co-developer with me on Luminux.
Hey,
Hey,
how's it
Corey.
going, Corey?
Always great to see devs in the chat. Also,
Take a look at that beautiful background image. It's flawless.
It really caught the you really caught my image there with the big question mark face. Not many people kind of get my question mark right. I don't know.
You also got to be the bald guy this week, so sorry about
That's
that.
fine. My hair's slowly falling out anyway, so it's not too bad.
So it's just a
Oh,
picture from the
God, don't
future.
Don't even tell
Yeah.
me about that. Ugh. I'm
Dragons
19
are already
years old.
bald.
Yeah, but the human form. I'm 19 years old and I'm already balding slowly.
Human form.
Fuck. Screw genetics, man.
Mhm.
Screw them.
Let's say hi to chat. Hi, Trend Noob. Hi, Stone, my douche brother. everyone else. Lady Jade, we're going to have to thank her for this podcast because I was actually scrambling to get guests last night because everyone I asked hadn't responded to me. So there probably wouldn't have been a podcast if it wasn't for Lady Jade.
You know, Fedora, I just gotta say, you did it once. You got all of our guests by Monday, well over about 5 or 6 days prior to the podcast, and you never did it again.
Right? But I asked a dev on Wednesday. Every time I ask Cass Kicks, the developer of Aces Wild, which he keeps saying he wants to be on the podcast, he's like on Twitter every day, and every time I ask him, then he vanishes from Twitter for 3 days.
So like there's this thing about that is like so I'm just kind of imagining here, when you ask someone, you can't really ask somebody else until they get back, and if they take a while to get back to you, then like you're kind of in a weird limbo position.
Exactly.
You know?
And then if I abandon that, asking that person, and ask somebody else, and that person gets back to me, I look like a douche. And yeah, it's tough sometimes. It's not easy to find guests for this podcast, but we do it anyway because it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and start with our first topic here. Since you've been gone for 2 weeks, Gingerdragon, what have you been playing?
Dark Souls. That's pretty bloody obvious. Finally went through and did an all-boss kill. So first time through, I didn't kill Dark Looker or Ancient Dragon, but this time I did. And the dogs need to shut up. I don't know if you can hear them, but my God, they're loud. There's someone at the doorbell. Get someone else. I'll handle this doorbell. I'll be right back.
All right. Go ahead and mute your mic. There you go. Okay. Banyle, what have you been playing?
I have been playing some World of Warcraft. I know it's lame, but yeah, I've been playing World of Warcraft.
Oh my God.
Yeah, rip Banyle, never to be seen again. I played Dark Souls, obviously, Dark Souls 2. And then I played like various games like APB Reloaded and like some Borderlands and whatever. But yeah, the most or the biggest game I guess has been World of Warcraft, which isn't that good, I guess.
Oh, what's wrong with you, Banyle? If you're gonna play an MMO, play a good MMO.
There aren't any MMOs though.
I heard that I've heard that World of Warcraft is not bad. As far as MMOs
You've heard
go,
that from WoW players, though.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I think Guild Wars 2 isn't that bad of an MMO, honestly. I'd have to kind of give it the seal of approval on an MMO stage.
I'm very jaded to the MMO world. I used to be a hardcore MMO player, and we got some serious static on the line here, but it's fading away now. So it might be because of Banyle's in another country, so there might be some iffiness with that, which we've had on the podcast before because we have a lot of foreign people on this podcast. At least foreign to me. We're all foreign to Banyle, so it's all relative. Anyway, but I'm really jaded because I used to be a hardcore MMO player, and I've played well over 20 different MMOs. And I'm so tired and bored of the genre at this point. It's like it's all just the same shit with a different wrapper on it, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, and I haven't played an MMO in several years at this point because none of them have really interested me. I played Guild Wars 2 when it first came out. It was all right, but there was a few new things to it, but still didn't hold my interest. I heard on the Co-optional podcast, actually, a couple days ago when the VOD went up, them talking about MMO that sounded really interesting. I think it was R-Gage, maybe?
Never heard of that.
No, yeah.
I might be getting the name completely wrong. I should Google this now. It sounded pretty damn interesting, and it sounded like something that was finally different and not just rehashing the same nonsense over and over again.
Yeah.
Let me see if it is R-Gage.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
What I want an MMO that's permadeath, and like, you will literally have people like standing around like on the road being bandits, and then you'll pass them your freaking money because you don't want to die, or like. Let's say there's a dragon and he's destroying people's like player-owned farms and stuff. Like a bunch of people are gonna have to get together to kill that dragon, but nobody wants to do it because like some people are gonna die. It's without question, right? Like I don't know.
So kind of like Eve then.
Yeah.
I mean,
probably,
Eve doesn't really have permadeath, but I mean, if you die,
lose a
then
lot.
you lose like all of your things.
I guess what I'm thinking of is a fantasy Eve. So
There is Mortal Online. It's not permadeath, but when you die, all of your equipment drops on you, on your body. It can be freely looted. So, complete and utter permadeath, I don't think anyone would actually be able. Everyone would be too scared to do anything for them to actually play it.
Fedora, did you ever play DDO? Corey and I used to play DDO a lot.
Yes,
and,
I played it.
I think it feels fairly unique from a MMO standpoint.
The dungeons were really well done in that game compared to most others.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like that it was just all hub world. It didn't feel like a world. It felt very disjointed, and it was just hub city and dungeons connected to the hub city, and then move from one hub city. So it didn't have the world feel to it, which is something I really need in MMOs, and a lot of MMOs lack that these days.
DDO doesn't really feel so much like an MMO as it does like a big multiplayer game, I guess is.
Yeah, and the city could be the functionality of the city could be done in just like menus. It could be just a menu lobby. All the city is a graphical lobby, you know. Vindictus was the same way. And
although I've died in the city before, like
I get there is that, I guess.
Jumping off the stairs, but
there is that, but you just start realizing that the city is just a graphical overlay for a menu hub that you see in like the free-to-play shooter games like Combat Arms or whatever for the lobby, and that's all it really is. And I don't know, it just feels so artificial to me. I did play it for, I don't know, maybe a year. It wasn't bad, but
cool.
N-Gage or R-Gage apparently wasn't the name of that MMO I was talking of, so I don't know. I need to re-listen to that podcast and find out what it was. But it sounded pretty interesting. Had some interesting sounding systems, like there's 10 classes or roles or whatever, and you make your character by combining 3 of them. So there's a lot of different character customization there, not just 6 classes or whatever. There's hundreds of combinations. There's ship-to-ship combat and piracy in the game. So it sounded pretty interesting. I might actually check that out, but I've also avoided MMO since I started YouTubing, just because I know my YouTube channel will suffer if I play an MMO, because it consumes my soul.
Yeah.
All right, back
I
to...
say though, for what Sprizatura was saying about old RuneScape being a bit of a permadeath, kind of, but you also had 10 minutes to recover your gear before the other people could loot your corpse, so...
Nah, man.
Yeah.
When he says old RuneScape, he means old RuneScape.
Oh,
okay?
like, even before the RuneScape I played in middle school?
Okay, so the RuneScape that we're talking about are the ones we played in middle school, which is when gravestones didn't exist. when you died, your stuff immediately appeared on the floor, and everybody went nuts and grabbed it. There was 0% chance of getting it back, because you also had even if there was nobody around there, there was you had a minute to pick it up again before it would
Follow
drop.
me into Wildy. I will trim your gear for free.
Oh,
Apparently
I
the
have-
game, the MMO I was thinking of was
Yes.
Archage. I don't know why I thought they said R-Gage, but I was also listening to it on my phone at work, so I wasn't paying great attention to it. So it's Archage is the name of that MMO. And it sounds interesting. It's an invite-only beta kind of thing right now.
That's the game that looks kind of like Tierra, isn't it?
I don't know. I haven't
I
actually
think-
looked into it. I just heard them talking about it on the podcast, on the co-optional podcast. So let's go back to Banyle. What else have you been playing? Besides WoW and Dark Souls 2.
Well, I've been getting back into All Points Bulletin Reloaded. I mean, it's a good game, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep playing it.
It's extremely pay to win, or at least it used to be when I tried it out way back in the day.
I don't really think it's play to win. It's more like the matchmaking is so bad. So if you're level 1, you can be matched against a max level player, and then you get stomped because they have like whatever, all the newest and best gear in the game, and you have like the starter gun. I mean, you can still beat them, but
The highlight of that
They-
game is the vehicle customization. People also done some crazy things with like pedo bear van and stuff like that. When I played, it was pretty wonderful. It's actually a very impressive system. It's just in a game that I didn't find equally impressive.
yeah. And I've been playing some Tory Bash as well.
What's that?
It's I don't really know how to describe it, but they played it on the NLSS. It's like a
A stop action sumo wrestling game, I guess.
yeah, something like that. It's
What?
really fun, actually.
That sounds kind of wonderful.
Yeah, you like manipulate the muscles and joints to do things, and you have like you fight other people, and let's say you both have a minute to move your joints and your muscles, and then you both move, and then you get another minute to move, and it just goes like that until someone's dead, basically.
That's kind of wonderful.
Sumo quap.
Yeah, kind of like Sumo Co-op, yeah. It's really fun, and it's free on Steam, so I definitely
What was the name of
recommend
it
that
again?
game. Tory Bash.
Tory Bash. I'm gonna have to probably cover that for my next week's Free Game Friday then, since it's free and it's on Steam. Why the hell not? And it sounds batshit crazy, so I like it.
Yeah, it's a really fun game. What else? I've been playing Oddworld Stranger's Wrath as well.
That is a classic.
That is a really good game. I decided, like, hey, I want to play something I played when I was younger, so I decided to pick that up, and it's really fun.
All right, let's move back to Gingerdragon. Since his interruption is now gone, he can continue on what he's been playing.
Freaking people trying to want to hang out with me. No, I'm busy doing internet things. Yeah, I was playing Dark Souls, so that was like one of the main things. Finally beat all the bosses in that game, which, let me tell you, Dark Lurker was something else. But yeah, what else was there? There was, well, camping, obviously. I didn't have much access to electronics, so I had to resort to my DS, so I mostly just played Golden Sun Dark Dawn, which is a JRPG, pretty well known for its absolutely crazy summoning animations. Also, pretty good story. Unfortunately, Dark Dawn is the weakest in the series. But hey.
Yeah.
So that was a fun, jolly good time. JRPGs are always fun. And what was there? Was something else. Right, Turbo Dismount I've been playing a lot of. Basically a game where you send a car with a passenger into traffic and watch as the passenger gets horribly annihilated. And indeed, the point of the game is to annihilate the passenger as much as possible.
I have seen a
actually
video
got
of
it
that.
once
Looks
with,
really fun.
I actually got it once to where the dude just... It was all going so well, he was flying gracefully through the air, and then a corkscrewing semi-truck from out of the blue just smacked him and caused him to explode into every single jib possible, and he just went into orbit. Needless to say, I have yet to top that high score.
That sounds fantastic.
I think I actually still have the stream highlights. Or I think I've got that segment of the stream highlighted. If
I should
No,
watch
no.
that.
Hold on, I'll link it in chat if people are interested. Just let me find it. There we go.
I misread Stone's message where he said there's a microtrans though Fedora. I thought he said through Fedora, and I was like, I don't get that.
Microtrans through
I don't get that joke.
Oh.
No,
That's
Yeah. Although if I recall correctly, weren't there, what was this? Oh, aren't those microtransactions just aesthetic? Like purple blood and whatnot? Stuff like that?
Yeah.
Well, if they're cosmetic microtransactions, they're like, I'm super cool with them.
yeah. So I'm alright with that too.
Microtrans are fine.
Oh, you know we forgot Gingerdragon gift of the day. Do you have one?
Oh, well, I've got Dark Souls 1. Surprise,
Of course
surprise.
you do. It's the only gift you have.
Basically. It's because it's the greatest game ever. And this basically describes everyone's ire in the entire game.
I saw that one earlier. I love it. Man, screw those things. Can't handle it.
Freaking Titanite lizards, man.
One of my friends was watching me stream, and I'm like, he just watched me miss the same crystal lizard 3 times, and just running over to it and scraping over its head, like just like that. Oh my god.
That would be annoying. I don't see that as good game design.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You need a crush weapon or a ranged weapon to kill them. You cannot hit them with a horizontal, or you might be able to hit them with diagonal swings, but it's real tricky.
I mean, like, so what you just what's being like described right there in a funny way? It's true, right? Like, it's not an example of good game design. It's definitely a part where Dark Souls falls short.
Oh,
But Dark Souls is just so good that instead of like getting mad about it, you're just kind of like, it gets to be shitty somewhere or stuff like that, and you laugh about it. That's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah, it's just, I guess, just a joke with how slippery they are now.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to Eric. What have you been playing this week?
All right. Well, I recently got back from a trip from New Orleans, so I haven't been able to play too many games lately. But I have been playing a lot of. I have been playing a whole lot of Dark Souls 2. Beat the game a few times, kind of going off New Game Plus. Made a PvP character. Still kind of having fun with that. Tried to do a permadeath no bonfire run a whole bunch. Now the worst part about doing both permadeath and no bonfire, first of all, that means you never get your Estus back. You can't repair weapons unless they break or you use repair powders. You just have to use like a million different weapons, and you know like there's all kinds of horrible complications combined with permadeath. It's a nightmare. But I thought I could do it. But the problem was that the one of the bosses, the same boss, he killed me so many times that he's now so scary to me that I can't fight him anymore. So I have to give up because every time I go into that room with that boss, I just freak out, my hands get slippery, and then I'm done. So that was the end of that.
Anxiety problems with that one boss.
Yeah.
No, that type of run self-implemented rule set seems like you're extremely masochistic. Is all I can say.
I am renowned for being a masochistic gamer. The other thing that I've been doing lately was a Nuzlocke run in which I wiped, losing my 80-hour file. And I also started a Fire Emblem permadeath run recently, where when like a dude dies, you never reload. I gotta say that one's actually not that scary. It turns out that
Isn't that game designed with permadeath in mind?
Well, yeah, but you're expected to reload. You're expected to just reload every time you die, and just I don't feel like losing that unit unless you're like cool with it. So yeah, that's why because it is designed with permadeath in mind. So like, not so bad.
And this is why you should watch Eric's stream, because he does crazy shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Usually I have Corey on board too, and we're both doing some crazy thing.
All right, what have I been playing? I never really think about that until this second right now. I've been playing more Ascendant, which I've been playing like the last couple weeks now, which is, for anyone that doesn't know what Ascendant is, it's recently released on Steam, and it's kind of a action platformer roguelike with brawler type combat, and it is freaking beautiful, and the combat is a lot of fun. I love that game. And I think that's really all I've been playing this week. I haven't been playing much. I've been nerding and watching a bunch of anime for this last week, and that's about all I've been doing. Is that really all I've been playing? God, really?
Wow.
There just hasn't been anything that's interested me lately. I want to play Watch Dogs, but I haven't dropped $60 on it yet, so.
Wah, wah.
It's Watch Dogs and a lot of other games are these. It's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, but there's always these games that are really big and everyone's excited about, and just for no discernible reason at all, I have zero interest in it. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, I have that a lot too. No Stone, I haven't. That asshole keeps cock blocking me in Ascendant. I cannot get past that guy. Doesn't help that I'm usually pretty close to dead every time I get to him, so I just keep telling myself I'll get a good run where I'm like have a bunch of life when I get to him. I'll actually be able to beat him. I've gotten about 2/3 dead once, and then I about punched my monitor when I lost that fight.
Apparently the person in the app queue is somebody I knew in high school, but he's not telling me who he was. So.
Oh god, I had a moment like that in Dark Souls 2 where I was just almost so close to being done. I got Dark Lurker, which is basically the hardest boss in the game, down to about 50 HP, and I just could not get another hit in and died. It was so just It was terrible.
That's the choke. That always happens.
Yeah, that's the choke.
Actually, we should have another GIF here, since Danson is in the chat, and get this actually when we're recording here.
Wow.
Wait, isn't
Just
that
for the
the
record,
command?
if I ever do actually end up streaming on a hitbox, I'm banning GLaDOS in my chat.
Why? GLaDOS is wonderful.
GLaDOS is terrible. GLaDOS is GIF spam embodiment. I'm not having that.
That command didn't work for me. I've never actually done GLaDOS commands. Why is it not working?
You probably aren't authorized within the bot itself.
Danson, you do the command, because apparently my own bot doesn't like me. Treacherous bot. It worked for somebody else.
A gif of himself twerking. Interesting.
It won't work for you, Zibby, because you're not modded. But it should work for me. Jade, you try it.
Well, the way most bots work, as far as I'm aware, is you have to have permissions within it itself. Oh, it's got a timer. Okay. That would
Okay.
explain it.
Yeah, because no,
'Cause, yeah, most bots have separate permissions lists than the viewer.
you can
list
set up
itself.
Gladys spots, but you can set the permissions, but you can set them up basically based on mod or admin only stuff.
Mhm.
And it's all set to default for me, so most things can be done by mods and admins. All right, let's go ahead and move on to gaming news then, because what I've been playing this week was horribly uninteresting. I'm the only one here that doesn't play Dark Souls 2. And I just never got into the Dark Souls series because I know it would take a lot of time and investment to get decent at that game.
Though, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Once you're in it, it's so good.
There's a 30-minute timer on the dance and twerk. Aw, that's disappointing. I love this. I love this GIF.
Oh,
Action bird. Dancing, your gifts are wonderful. Anyway, gaming news. I think I had something for that at some point. Let's see here. Yes. Since we were talking about Watch Dogs for a moment, let's talk about this one. Watch Dog Pirates got completely screwed over. Did anyone hear about this?
nope.
That one of the more popular pirated versions of Watch Dogs, it was all over, Pirate Bay and such, turned tens of thousands of pirates into a Bitcoin botnet for the person that put it up there. It all had malicious software that turned them into unwilling Bitcoin miners for the nefarious reason for the person that made it, which has probably made
Correct.
significant money off of that.
It's kind of a way to sell a game.
It's hilarious. I mean,
Yeah, it's kind of hilarious actually.
it's like, haha, pirates, you
You're gonna
douche
do
nozzles.
something illicit, then you gotta be ready to deal with potential consequences.
Yeah.
I feel no sorrow for those fools.
No, you reap what you sow kind of thing.
Yep.
You know what would be really bizarre? If in the future there was a free-to-play model where you instead agreed to mine, like you instead you would rent your computer as a Bitcoin miner in return for the game, like as a free-to-play model. That would be really weird. But
It would be.
could that be a thing? I don't know.
I would never download that.
Well, I mean, of course,
Bitcoin mining takes up some serious processing power.
yeah.
It basically completely eats up your CPU. You'd be able to download the game. You wouldn't be able to play it though, because your PC would be busy mining.
Cool.
So I don't see that working.
Which I'm sure a lot of those pirates were all over forums screaming about how bad Watch Dogs' performance is because they had.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a funny situation. One of the conspiracy theories going around out there, it was Skid Row is a well-known pirater, and a lot of people download the things he pirates, and it was put up as falsely under the Skid Row name. It's not entirely known if the person that did this actually pirated themselves or just got a pirated version and just added this to it and then uploaded it as his own. That's most likely the case, but it was uploaded under the Skid Row's name, so people trusted it. It said, well, it wasn't under Skid Row's login, but it said in the title, and people don't pay attention and download it anyway. But one conspiracy theory floating around about right now is it was actually Ubisoft that did it.
Oh,
That would be hilarious. I would
That would be
high five
cool. That
them
would.
for that. I would high five them for that. They're
they
like,
would,
they're
have to
gonna.
be,
It'd be.
they would have to do that very carefully, though.
I don't think it would be Ubisoft
They would never come out and
because
say that they did it though.
No.
That would
yeah,
just be
because
stupid.
isn't that illegal? Like
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know.
Even if they did it, they would never come out and say
I
it.
feel like
Yeah.
it's unlikely they would make that kind of a risk, but
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
it might
cool,
be a
it'd be cool.
Ubisoft
It-
employee, but I don't think it's Ubisoft as a company.
Yeah, definitely not.
Is-
There's no
until
way
I know better, I'm just gonna make that my headcanon because that sounds a whole lot more interesting.
It does, doesn't it? I said it's conspiracy theory. I didn't say I believe it or not. But is it illegal when the people are downloading it illegal anyway? So that's a serious gray area. Could it even be considered illegal on Ubisoft's part?
Yep.
Hey,
Well, actually, they
Sammy,
didn't
how-
make it, so supposedly, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's
Since it's not necessarily illegal.
yeah. It's
Oh. So if Ubisoft was the one doing it, they're like the only people who would be allowed to.
yeah, they'd be
Legal.
able to do it
What about
legally.
At the same time, though, they were installing software without the user's permission and knowledge, so that would be a little
Yeah, like
bit
unless it says it
sketchy.
in the terms of service or whatever when you agree to oh, if you install Watch Dogs, you have to agree to this. If it says like, oh, we're gonna use your computer to mine bitcoins, then I think it would be legal. But
See,
Yeah, like hiding it somewhere in the terms of service. But if they didn't hide it somewhere in the terms of service, that is not legal. Whoever did that will get in big trouble.
and the other gray area though is like, if it was something that was stealing money from people's bank accounts, illegal. But then you're making them, they're mining bitcoins, which isn't a real thing anyway. It's monopoly money, as far as I'm concerned. Let's not get into the whole Bitcoin thing, but it's like, oh, they're making fake money for us. It makes me wonder where that falls legally.
Sure, it's monopoly money, but it's monopoly money I can give to someone to get real money, right? So
Yes.
I don't know.
That's the only point of it, but yeah, I don't know.
I don't think it's worth. I don't think it's worth investing in. But
No.
Nah,
you have some.
you'll lose money all the time if someone hacks
Yeah.
your bank account or your Bitcoin bank and stuff like that.
Yeah. And not to mention, it's a horrible idea for the environment. Let's have people running many high-powered systems constantly. That's a great idea for the environment, let me tell you.
It's even worse because like some of the more serious Bitcoin farmers, they'll just use their GPUs until they're on the brink of death, then sell them to unwitting people to buy more GPUs.
Wow, that's
It's real scummy.
scumtastic.
Yep.
That is actually most hardcore Bitcoin miners don't even use GPUs anymore. There's specific cards made just for Bitcoin mining. It's like I don't remember what it's called, but it's a much more efficient than even high end GPUs for a lot cheaper. So that's the new favorite of the Bitcoin world.
yeah, I've seen people build like giant supercomputers to mine bitcoins with their Raspberry Pi.
Yep, using
And
like
it's like-
USB of those things.
Yeah,
Of those,
I don't know.
So yeah, but that's where I really have the issue with it. It's like, let's waste tons of electricity pointlessly and destroy the world. Great idea.
Well, there are bigger environmental concerns out there,
Yeah.
but it's true. It is a waste.
But if you think about what if all the Bitcoin fanatics are saying it should become the only currency, it should be in the future. Think about if every single person in the world had to do that.
Well, most people wouldn't be mining, right? Like the
Yeah,
point with
it would
Bitcoin
just
is that
serve
it's
as
just
a.
that you have a
Mining
limited
is just
thing to
basically
do.
printing the money.
Yeah.
So most people would just end up exchanging it through goods and services.
I mean,
Same
it's
way
not like
we
it's
use
free.
normal money.
It's not free to create normal money either, right?
No, definitely not. It costs more money to make a penny than the penny's worth.
Yeah, exactly.
And mining for the metals used in coins isn't good for the environment either. Et cetera, et cetera.
I mean, I still would prefer to stick with physical currency because, things go wrong in the digital realm, as we've seen so many times.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I don't
Cryptocurrencies
think
are not
people
very
are willing
safe.
to do that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyway, let's move on from that. I didn't want to open the whole cryptocurrency can of worms here. We probably did already too much, but destroying the world
It's a video
is
game
Lady J's
podcast.
job, right? All right, I did have more news. What was it? Let's see. I made notes of it here. Reading Rainbow, the Reading Rainbow Kickstarter, which I don't have a link for.
Never mind, this isn't a video game podcast. I lied.
Yeah, but it's a nerd podcast, and there's something really nerdy about that Kickstarter, besides the Reading Rainbow part. But I'm sure Jay could go find a link for us because I'm lazy. But Reading Rainbow, it was a Kickstarter started by, oh God, what is that guy's name? I had it earlier. Now I can't remember. It's he was in Star Trek, and he's the Reading Rainbow guy. Somebody tell me in chat here.
There you go, LeVar Burton.
Nah. Oh yeah. Is that his real name? I was thinking of
Yeah.
his
name.
screen name on. All right, that guy. Anyway, he decided to start Kickstarter himself to bring Reading Rainbow to this age. I haven't read too deeply. I don't know if it means making more episodes or it's just like porting the old episodes into digital formats and being put on other platforms and such. I'm not entirely sure on that. But I'm not entirely sure, but I think it is the fastest successful Kickstarter in existence and like the most money in a single day Kickstarter in existence. It had $1 million goal and it hit that well in its first day. It's like 3 million now, I think is what it's raised. And yeah, it's crazy. Now it's a good thing. Reading Rainbow, that's classic, man. But one of the Kickstarter rewards is for a $10,000 goal, you get a visor from him that was actually used in Star Trek. That was actually used for a recording.
Oh, that's
Nice.
That's
smart.
I want that. Somebody give me 10 grand, please. I want that so much. I'm not even a big Star Trek fan, but my God, the nerd cred that would bring with it.
You could wear it on streams.
Ah, that'd be wonderful.
go.
But yeah, it's a Kickstarter. It's massively successful, and has some cool Kickstarter rewards. Okay, I have one other thing here. The Steam Box. The Steam Box or Steam Machine, whatever you want to call it, has been pushed back to 2015. It's actually more so that the Steam controller has been pushed back to 2015, which then holds back the entire release of the whole thing. Without the Steam controller, it's pretty much one of their center points of the whole system. So, I mean, take as long as you need to do it right. Don't release a subpar product. That's my opinion on it.
Yeah,
Not like,
you don't
ooh,
want
yeah.
it to end up like that. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, that console just flopped. But I don't know. I'm not really hyped for the Steam Box, because I have a computer, so.
Yeah, I've got a custom-built PC, so I'm not too excited for the Steam Box.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, I just want the OS to come out so I can play around with it myself and make my own, not actually buy a pre-made Steam box. But
I actually heard that the OS is less optimized, at least in its current form, than Windows 7 and 8.
is somebody
less optimized for gaming.
beating the shit out of their keyboard?
Oh, sorry, that's me. I'll try to not type anymore.
Mechanical keyboard, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's the noisiest keyboard in all existence.
Yes, it is. But anyway, I do like the idea of a Linux-based gaming operating system. An operating system made for gaming based on Linux. That's kind of awesome. So I do want to check it out. I do want to play around with it and probably make my own Steam box, if for nothing else, just for the streaming functionality. Maybe not to run the games locally if I make a pretty low-powered machine out of it. But I do want to check out the Steam controller. Yeah, when I first looked at it, I was just like, eh. But I keep hearing from people that they've used it and write articles about and stuff of how it's actually pretty good. So I'm going to hold off my judgment until I actually try one myself, and I kind of want to.
It's
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with the Xbox controller though. I haven't had any problems with it.
I actually much prefer the PS3 4 controller over Xbox, but the Xbox controller works really easily on PC. So
I just wonder how it will hold up to the other controllers. I don't know. Because it feels so weird having those weird touchpads instead of actual joysticks. I don't know.
that's the thing is that no controller is good for a first-person shooter, and that's what they're trying to say that can do is actually be decent for an FPS.
I hadn't
And
considered- I
RTSs.
considered its use in that.
RTS and FPS are like the most notoriously bad genres for a controller, so that's what they're saying it's going to actually function fairly well with. No one's ever come out and said it's going to be as good as a mouse and keyboard, but they say it's doable kind of thing. So I kind of want to
Is
try
there anybody
that.
who actually does prefer a controller for RTS though? I'm not sure. I mean, I could understand FPS. There are people who legitimately use controller over keyboard and mouse because they like it better. But
Because they
I can't
grew
think
up
of a
as
single
console
person.
peasants.
I cannot think of a single person who thinks that RTS is better with a controller.
There's no way. There's just no way.
Yeah. So the fact that they're trying to target that is odd. I mean,
If someone actually comes out and says they think a controller is better for an RTS, they need to be committed.
It's gonna be a gross looking controller.
I don't know. I want to try it out though.
I think they said that because it had the touchpad, like the weird touchscreen, but didn't they remove that?
I don't know. I don't know what.
I believe it had like a touchpad or a touchscreen in the middle, and you could put buttons on it, infinite amount of buttons basically on it, I believe. So you could have basically a keyboard on the controller. But I think they removed that because it was too expensive and it drained too much battery. So
Oh, I didn't know they removed that.
sure.
That's interesting. I don't know. I do want to try it out though. So,
yeah.
all right. I think that's all I had for news. I think, yeah. That's about it. We actually got through the first 2 segments a lot faster than normal. We didn't get nearly as sidetracked as we normally do. I blame Gingerdragon for that.
I'm sorry, I'm just good at keeping this podcast on track. Even though I don't say anything, it's just my presence, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. With the people we had the last couple weeks were just more interesting than Gingerdragon.
By more interesting, you mean more willing to do ridiculously horrible things?
Yes. Hey,
Thank you, Jade.
Yes, I had Jade. It's Jade. That's all. That's the only thing you can say to explain it. But speaking of ridiculously horrible things, let's see here. Let me see if I can find the site. Okay, here you go, Banyle. Here is in Skype chat the link to the 50 Shades generator. Copy and paste what it generates into Google Translation to read it in Swedish.
It will, like Google Translate will probably be super bad.
It is super bad, but that's the only, unless you can actively read English and translate and speak it in Swedish really well, which I assume is pretty difficult. That's about the only way we can do this, which is how we did it for Suddenly Ninja to read it in Dutch. He just ran it through the Google Translator, which made it even more horrible.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of things that can't be translated. So
I know,
it's like
that's
a
what
bunch
makes
of
it so
things.
entertaining, because there's just random English words in it.
Yeah. Okay,
I've always
so
had trouble like imagining words that can't be translated because
yeah,
does that just mean that there's a
Swedish.
thing I can't think about? Like, if I think of everything in words, does that mean there are concepts that I can't? Like, I don't want to get too deep all of a sudden, but like, is that
What
true?
you're
Are
saying
there
is
things in
languages
English
are
I
like
can't imagine?
dimensions.
Like Swedish has a lot of things that you can't translate, but I don't know.
Okay.
Google isn't the best when it comes to translations. It can't even translate arced. So I don't know. We'll see. Are you ready?
As ready as we'll ever be, I think.
Ja. Han arkt en kobra på mina chesticles. Bara så han kunde chow ner det upp som en hungrig flodhäst. Med sitt Stilton-spjut plöjer djupt in i min en slice brödrost. Känslan av hans jäkla kungkrossa mitt livmodershalsen fick mig att darra som Muhammad Ali på en torktumlare. Min hals var så full av ramrodd och trollkarlvax. Var kärleken majonnäs skum ner hakan och på min kärlek bubblor. Känslan av hans manfett skummade i min hals och fick min minge monsun flöda snabbare än snor från en piska. Den till synes aldrig sinnande strömmar av krämig belastning som härrör från hans kärlekmuskel snart hade mig belagd som en murare radio. That's, yeah.
That was not bad.
How you actually read through that entire thing without losing it amazes me.
Because none of the not a single sentence makes any sense at all.
It's Google Translate, they translate literally, which means it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like it's like none. It's not even complete sentences, really. It's like I don't know. It's like the wrong tense or whatever for the like words.
Sentence
and-
structure is all messed up.
Yeah.
I
And
think it
then
did a better
there's-
job with Dutch, because, it was, according to Suddenly Ninja, it was definitely understandable, at least.
Yeah. It's
Uh.
like it's I don't know. Maybe I got a bad seed for the thing, but I don't know. I think it would be better if I actually took the time and actually translated it, but
Oh, apparently sound died.
I'm not entirely sure why. It looks like it's functioning still. Is it working again? Yet? No?
I don't know. Hitbox doesn't work for me. You figure it out.
I don't know, my
Alright.
sound my sound disappeared as well. So
Well, that is unfortunate. What is going on here?
Oh wow.
OBS still has sound bars. That's interesting. I guess we will be right back. You know they can't hear me say that.
sound is back when I refreshed.
Well, I killed the stream, so...
Too late.
Okay, starting back up. Hopefully there is sound once more. Yeah, I decided to come back right as I killed the stream. Yay! Perfect timing. It's trolling me.
hilarious.
That always works though with computers. You know, it's not working and then you shut it down and then it starts working, but you've already pressed the shut down button, so that's it.
Yeah. So, are we back? Is there sound again, guys?
Yeah, I have sound.
Okay. All right.
Crimson
Good.
Tide does not. Sounds like Shellin does not.
Sound for me.
Oh
He
no,
does
never mind.
have.
He does. Sound for me. Okay. And sound went away. Black screen now.
Hey, suddenly Ninja. Hopefully you can
What
hear
is
me.
happening? I don't even understand.
Yeah, I have a black screen now as well.
I'm not dropping any frames.
Are Hitbox having issues, like server side?
Perhaps we'll go ahead and try to refresh. I had to say we were ahead on time compared to normal, and then something's going to happen to waste all of our time.
Corson's doing work from now, and
All right, it looks like maybe it's back.
Mhm.
Stowe might be right. The 50 Shades of Grey generator might have killed it.
Yeah, we should stop doing that.
Yeah,
That should
probably.
be that should be a segment now for all guests. They have to read that in their native language. So if it's English, we all get to suffer. And
Definitely not.
no. I'll be honest. It was more interesting in Dutch for some reason. I'm not sure why, but
Yeah, probably. Because, like, this was, to be honest, like, very bad.
yeah, it's very bad to begin with. But then you went through a translator, and it's just really bad. Thank you, Google Translator, for sucking.
I wonder how well that would translate into Ancient Draconic.
Corey and I wanted to localize Luminux, but we Google Translate originally, and then we realized it was not good at all.
No.
Jig sector turns to the dance sector instead of the jigsaw. Like, no good.
There's people in the streaming and YouTubing community from like every language. Just hit some of them up. Suddenly,
So
Ninja-
we already paid for it.
Oh.
So, but maybe next time. That's a good idea.
Like Suddenly Ninja, he is fluent in Dutch, English, and French. Dude,
I
it's
just realized
kind of
that
amazing.
Jade says that she knows like a million languages too. I should have. Oh man,
She
I really
does?
should have thought about that a bit more.
Oh, interesting. Somebody just needs to learn every language so they can be a one-man localization team,
That would be super useful, actually.
and extremely impressive.
Yeah.
I would be very impressed. All right, let's move on to your game, Eric. Give everybody the elevator pitch of what Luminux is.
All right. So Luminux is a like a sliding block puzzle game. It's kind of meant to capture the feeling of well, it's not meant to, but it does. It captures the feeling of like Tetris Attack in a lot of ways. And basically, the way you play it is you're supposed to you slide these blocks around, right? And they all in turn push each other around, and you are trying to match up 3 or more colors in a row. This isn't actually a match 3 in the way that you might normally think of it, though, because it's got a it's got a much larger emphasis on like kind of like the action area of it.
Action puzzler.
Yeah, one of the biggest things you need to do though is I'm watching you play right here, and you're doing very badly because you're just mushing 3 together, which is like the easiest way. So what you should do is instead you want to try to blow up multiple different colors at once by utilizing the block's ability to slide each other around.
Yeah, it's too
I'll
complicated.
push each other too. All right, well then cool.
Fedora's a very simple man.
I'm not big into puzzle games, but this is definitely very interesting. It's like my brain's not working with trying to line them up to push multiple.
I gotcha. That can be tricky sometimes.
It takes practice. And I'm losing horribly.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody do this badly. I don't.
Thanks.
Shots
Thanks.
fired.
It's because I'm talking, maybe.
No, that makes sense.
I was doing better than that last night. What the hell is this shit all about? It's interesting that you can like cancel out blocks that are coming into play with moving other ones around.
Yeah, and that doesn't actually allow you to like. So you might think that you're actually like helping. Well, you're not hurting yourself, but you're not helping yourself either. Because if you will pay attention when you block the block, it immediately starts spawning another one. And if you do it a whole bunch, then you very quickly will have a lot of blocks spawning at once. So all it does is tell it to move somewhere else. It doesn't actually get rid of it.
Ah, interesting.
But we wanted to make sure that you had control over the board, and you didn't really have good control of the board if the blocks just appeared. See, you kind of see how that one, the next block came a lot quicker.
Yep.
It's because it's making up for the one that you squished. But we wanted to make sure you had a lot of control over the board, so that you didn't like if you were trying to set up a big combo, you could get screwed over when a block would just suddenly appear and suddenly you couldn't do it anymore and stuff like that.
Yeah, that would be annoying.
Oh yeah, so Corey's posted a link. I don't know how he did that. How did you post? How did you manage to give us a link? Oh, it's not a real link. Okay.
Oh. I was like, wait, I didn't mod him. What the hell's going on here?
I'll grab the link he's talking about. Which basically shows the easiest way to set those up.
I'll have to look at that in a
We
minute.
just found out what Banyle did to game the system, just flailing the mouse around.
He did. So that was a bug that was in the version Banyle had. Is what you would just block the spawning blocks indefinitely and let the points that you slowly
Oh
get.
no, there's a time limit now. Oh.
Oh, he finally got a rank up. I'm sorry, I'm being a jerk.
No, I'm terrible.
That's
it's
okay.
true.
We all need to be condescending sometimes. It's fun.
The whole how other blocks push blocks is interesting. Last time when I first started playing this, I didn't know that was even a thing because there's no tutorial on that first build you sent me. It wasn't until right before the podcast that I realized you could actually do that.
Because the PC version you have is a kind of like
Hacktastic
PC version.
Yeah.
We actually do have a tutorial at the beginning of the game that will be in the
I'm
real
host.
PC version and on the app version that very quickly like shows that you push the blocks. It takes like a second to go through. It's also going to have colorblind settings and people for if you have like epilepsy and stuff. I know that Bonnie Squeaky Bee and Indie Gamer Chick kind of their posts kind of convinced me that it was worth having the accessibility open to that. Those aren't available in the thing you have right now, and they won't be in the first build on the iOS and App Store, but they will be in really shortly after.
Yes,
just
we
because
should-
we haven't pushed it in.
We should talk about platforms here for a minute. This is coming out Thursday on the App Store, I think you said?
Yes, it's coming out Thursday on iOS and Android. It's currently and has been for a while available to play for free in a web player on the website I just posted there in chat. And we also have plans with because we have a publisher, and our publisher has plans to try to get a PC version of it put in the App Store, or sorry, in the Humble Bundle,
Ooh.
That would
That'll
be
be good.
kind of awesome.
and that would be super awesome. Yeah. I think I'd also like to try to talk them into putting it on itch.io, but I'll have to talk to them about
itch.io is a great place. The ability for people to pay more to the developer than the asking price is never bad. That's like no
Yeah.
one hates that.
Nope. More freedom's always good.
And it's not done in any kind of obnoxious way at all. It's just kind of like, here's the thing that you can pay. By the way, feel free to nudge that number up a little bit if you're feeling really really gracious, you know.
If you're feeling like a good kind of guy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm getting overwhelmed now. Yeah, go away, things.
Panic.
Pretty much.
So when you do well enough on this normal mode, you start unlocking other game modes that have kind of like extra quirks thrown into them. Like one of them is the blocks don't move unless you move, but they spawn a lot faster. So it's like a slow-paced puzzle game instead. Or there's another one where some of the blocks have little lock symbols on them, and if you wait too long to blow them up, they turn gray and freeze in place.
Oh, nasty.
Which, yeah. Stone says, so game modes Fedora will never see.
True, this is a game that I definitely feel like it would be better on a touchscreen device.
Don't do those. Put those blue. Put those 2 blue right down next to the 2 pink you have.
Too late.
No, you can totally do it. You can totally do it. Ah!
Salvage it.
No, there's a delay on the stream. Not as much as on Twitch, but there's still a delay.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Still like a 5-second delay.
Yeah.
I got a
That
good
makes sense.
purple
I
combo,
forgot
though.
about that for a second.
You're a streamer. How can you forget about that horrible thing of the delay?
Well, you know,
Especially on Twitch. That's why I moved to Hitbox, is there is much less delay.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
Oh, Valor says launching the Luminux demo just crashed his browser. Sorry, I haven't heard of that happening before. I'm really sorry that...
Would lock my browser up. I don't think it full out crashed my browser, but...
So, I always use Chrome to play it in, and I've never had a problem, so that's really weird.
I think my Chrome web player for Unity is busted as hell, I think, because it has serious issues on that part. And I don't think I've done any Unity web player games in Chrome recently, besides trying to run this.
Okay.
So I think it might... I don't know.
Well, we'll look into that to make sure it's not something on our end that we can't fix, because I would really like to not have that happening to people, so...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's always nice when it works and doesn't screw with the internet browser.
Yeah.
Stuff, go away, please. Yeah, I'm done.
Womp womp.
Now, this is a game I definitely feel like I would be able to play better with touch controls than a mouse.
It was originally designed with...
With.
It was sorry. I was designed originally with touchscreen in mind, because we made it for the phone. But what happened, the weird thing that happened is with Corey and I, we're actually better with it on the mouse than on the touchscreen.
PC gamers for life, apparently.
I think it's just because we're so used to mice, though. But like,
It definitely a game that feels like it would work great with touch controls. I won't say it worked better, but it definitely feels like it won't be hindered by having touch controls.
you won't be sitting around with like an on-screen D-pad or anything like that.
Yeah,
It's just
nonsense. Yeah.
Yeah, Jade says she does fine with the mouse too. I don't know. I think it's like a personal preference on that for some people. Okay. Oh! No, never mind. I keep on thinking about the delay. I was trying to tell you. Oh well. Is anybody in the chat? Yeah, I know Banyle had some really high scores. Apparently, he cheated one of them, but he can't have cheated for all of them. So.
I didn't cheat for my high score, but I got a really high score with just flailing the mouse around. Like, I waited until I only had 2 blocks left, and then I just, like, waved it up and down, and the blocks would never spawn.
Yep. so what happens now is that if you basically are in a situation where you're doing that, and the game detects if you've been doing that for like 10 seconds, it like flashes red and then kills you if you keep on doing that for flashes.
That's great.
Yeah.
Stop cheating the game, God.
Yeah.
I like that. It's
Yeah.
like a hard stance on being a scumbag like that. It's like, nope, you're dead. That's wonderful.
I think I got a really high score on the
crap.
one with the blocks, like, right now before the stream started.
You did what?
I got a pretty good score on the one with the locks. I'm not sure what the game mode's called, but...
Hey, Banyle, so you've played a few of the different modes then, or Axel, you played a number of the different modes then, have you?
Yeah.
Which one do you prefer out of the various modes?
I think I prefer the, like... The first mode, I think.
Mm-hmm.
for just, you know, 'cause that's more like just like casual game, I guess.
Mhm.
Whereas
Yeah.
if you want a challenge, then you have the one with the locks.
Okay, cool. I'm more or less in the same boat. I like the ordinary mode the most. I've seen a lot of people who like the puzzle mode more. I guess it's just because they don't have the
Reflexes.
yeah.
Well, it gives you time to plan out cool combos. That if you're, puzzle games aren't some people's thing when it comes to like doing it fast. So, like me, apparently. Is there a cheat where I can unlock that mode, please?
Like we really should have done that. But like us, I think probably if we had more notice, we probably would have been able to jam that in real quick. Dang, you know what I should have done is
You didn't realize how it sucks so bad, is what you're
I
saying.
should have sent you a version that had them all unlocked already, because that is a kind of a bummer actually that like you can't like move to the other ones right now.
Okay, wham. It seems like it's going so well, and then things just go to hell. I swear.
I keep on watching you have like these big opportunities to set up a combo, and then you're like the board's completely empty, and you're like, I'm gonna blow up those 3 anyway. But you want to stick two of different colors next to each other, right? Like you got those 2 oranges, stick them next to the 2 yellows or the 2 greens or whatever, and then so now you've got the blue, right? So the next time you get a yellow, stick it over the blue. Don't put the blue in. Put the yellow over the blue. Get rid of that orange.
Yeah, it's too late. I'm like overwhelmed now. So you can
It's gone.
you can get more than one color gone at a time. Like
You can
multiple,
what?
you can do multiple color combos.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
How do you get multiple colors comboed together?
Because you push them into each other is the thing.
Oh, right, yeah, right.
Take 2 blues and stick them next to those yellows. Don't blow up those blues. I mean, don't blow up any of those colors. No, next to the. We posted the link over there with all the things. I guess this is why we really ought to have included the tutorial with the PC build and stuff too. But
Okay, I need to clear some stuff out here. I've just been doing like the 4 combos is like my high-end gameplay.
so the ideal situation that you aim for is you blow up, I think, around 12 or 16 blocks at once.
Yes, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. But
Admittedly, match 3's has never been my thing, even though this is definitely a unique spin on a match 3, but... Except for, like, Puzzle Quest. That was great.
Puzzle Quest. I never played Puzzle Quest.
It's a match 3 RPG.
That's cool. See, I like it when they kind of had a spin like that to it.
Yeah. There's a few others. There's like a poker RPG game. I remember seeing that on it. A lot of these show up on mobile, so...
Yeah.
Go away. Thank you. Like, how far do I actually have to get to unlock other modes?
Like around 70,000 points.
Wow. Yeah. Let's just safely say that's not... Jesus Christ, I was not paying attention for a second, and just things got out of hand.
You would have been able to launch one there if that orange hadn't gotten in the way.
You know what? Screw these. I'll just do this. I'll just do the Banyle method.
No, don't do the Banyle method.
It's
Just
cheating.
Yeah, well, it's prolonging my life, so...
Oh, cheating in order to get the in order to unlock the other modes. I can get behind that. Although it might take too long because of the numbers kind of take a while to fill up. I don't know if I would. I don't know if I'd recommend it.
I don't know.
G Pro strats.
Exactly. And then I actually cleared something out in the middle of doing this, so... Got a little more room here. How long did you do this for, Banyle, to get a really high score?
I sat like this for like a while, and then I got bored, and I just like gave up.
And that's why we patched it out.
It's not patched out in this version, it looks like, though, because it's not killing me.
No, that's correct. You don't
Oh,
don't
God.
have it in this version.
Oh, no, 3 seconds. It's like, oh, God.
Corey, this version definitely doesn't have that in it because it's also missing the. Oh my God, check it out, that's totally there. My
Yeah.
bad.
It just seemed like quite a bit longer than 10 seconds, but...
I guess it's meant to be safe. To make sure that like you
Make
don't
sure the player's
accidentally.
actually cheating.
Yeah.
Damn, there went my plan.
Oh, blast! I wish I could like try dragons left and right. See what happens if you. Well, never mind. Those are still definitely locked. Jade, what exactly was your highest score? Like legitimately?
The highest I have on the leaderboard is like the highest of my scores. That's legit, but the second highest is not legit.
Okay. Well, can you remind me what that was?
I'm gonna look it up. I have no freaking clue.
Stupid ungodly number is what it was.
It was. Yeah, I usually get around 250,000 to 300,000. I think I remember seeing Axel had something around 500,000. Yeah. Jade had some really big number too, and I don't remember what it was, but it was.
I've always wondered, as a game developer, is it kind of embarrassing when people beat you in your own game? Like they.
So the thing is, I feel like before they beat me at my own game, I spent a long time being better than all my friends. So I feel like I kind of had my time in the wind or whatever. But you know what? It also was slightly astonished by that I was the worst out of all the developers at this game.
Ooh.
So Corey and Joey, the two people who made the game with me, both of those guys had much better scores than me. So I think all along I was never feeling like I was the best. So it never bothered me. I was just happy that people were beating me.
So the 316,000 one, that is legit, but the 111 one is not legit.
Okay.
So the fifth score, I guess, is not legit.
Cool.
So they can go and delete it is what they're trying to get at, I think.
Well, yeah.
Like scumbag, get out of here.
We're gonna wait until Thursday, and then all the scores are gonna get deleted. So for the like actual release and stuff.
Good point. Get rid of the cheating.
Filthy cheaters before
Jay,
official
did you
release.
just do that?
No,
got
she did that a
43,000.
while ago.
No.
Because I
What?
remember
You
we
can
were
see that.
talking, and then she forgot to like click the submit high score button, I believe.
Oh, that's the worst.
Aw.
You can see how look how you've got your little prismatic lantern, right? And it's got these two little dinky balls floating around the square.
Yeah.
And then if you go look at the screenshot, you can kind of see what Jade's little square looks like.
Jay, quit being so goddamn good at this.
So yeah, basically, every time while you're playing, you get like the badge that's there. That represents like how well you did, and that kind of improves. So do you understand like how you would go about doing a combo, or like
Yeah.
you're just having trouble doing it? Okay.
Yeah, it's just like if I start messing with that, things get in the way all the time, so
Uh-huh.
I don't have the foresight for it. I'm just going for like match 4s is what my high-end strategy so far.
Okay. So something about this game that is not inherently obvious is that there's a lot of stuff that we put in it that's not clear on the surface, but I think has a large impact on while you're playing. For example, you may have noticed that the blocks never spawn as the same color as one of their neighbors. At no point will a block like randomly blow up some combo you're setting up. It also it simultaneously makes the game a little trickier and requiring more deliberate thought, while also making you feel like you have control of the board. To me, if a block kind of blew up and I wasn't looking at that area of the screen, it would be a little bit jarring. I kind of would feel like, what the hell's happened? I didn't have anything to do with that. I don't know what went on. I mean, I could figure it out pretty quickly, but just for a split moment, I'd be feeling kind of weird about it.
Yeah.
There's this other thing that's going on is the blocks actually spawn slower as there are more of them on the field, and faster when there are less. Most of the time, most of the speed is just affected by how long you get in game, but it kind of gives you the ability to recover from a mistake a little bit easier than you would normally, and also because you have less maneuverability when the board starts getting full. So the blocks have to slow down to kind of compensate for that in order to try to keep the difficulty somewhat constant, depending on despite the board's current state. So those are a lot of things that we wanted to put into the game to improve the effect of it, and we also wanted to kind of do it in a way that the player that didn't add complexity, because I think simplicity is basically the biggest one of the biggest thing we're aiming for in this game.
No, move. Blocks out of my way. Okay. Hey, look at that. 50k now, so I might unlock another mode here shortly.
If you can just do one more rank, yeah, you'll have it unlocked. All you gotta do is get about 20,000 more.
Oh, that's all.
Don't choke. Don't choke.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Blocks, go away. No, no, there we go.
Oh.
No! No! No. I should have sat there and did the waggle thing for a little while.
Ah.
Womp womp.
The delay.
The choke is real.
Oh,
This is definitely one of those games where you really want a backseat.
yeah.
Yeah, well, that doesn't work with a delay, you know?
It's irresistible because you're sitting there going like, oh god, like you could have done the thing right there. Sammy Jellin, sorry, I just saw your. Somehow I keep on missing your responses because your name is so short. Yeah, I gotcha. I think for most people, if you don't play a lot of like PC games that require like quick reflexes, then the touchscreen is definitely going to be more intuitive for people. Basically, I don't know. I kind of want to make a game that like. I feel like a lot of people say this, but it's easy to pick up but hard to master. Like, I know that a lot of people say that, but I genuinely think that Luminux captures that really well because there are two very different playstyles, and one is trying to set up combos, and one is like fiddling around with jamming 3 to 4 together, and they play very differently and have a lot more like they have very different feelings and thought applied to them. So it'd be really easy if you kind of pick it up and say, oh, God, like I obviously get what's going on here. I grab them and move them around, and then when you play long enough, you kind of enter a different level of play. If that makes any sense.
The not my level is what you're saying.
Well, you're just not there yet. It also admittedly just might not be your kind of game, and that's fine. How is it OCD friendly, Jade?
Because you're awarded for fixing your OCD, I guess.
Oh no, you're right. Because the best way to play is to try to sort your colors, because that helps you set up combos. That makes a lot of sense. Dang, no wonder you like it so much. Cool.
Oh god, go away, blocks. No, no! Damn it. I'm gonna look at this link again and see. Just need to get to click in my head when things are already lining up in a way that's beneficial, and then it clicks in your head not to mess with it yourself. Throw that link in again, would you? Because I'm gonna look at it real quick.
Okay, here you go.
I've never done like the 5 in a row in an L shape. That's interesting. But these basic ones, the first of this is what I've been doing for the most part.
Mm-hmm. There's the L and the T.
The T is interesting.
The
think
T
about
is
that.
The fourth one is the one that's most common, where you just have 2 sets of 3 next to each other, and then you just push them into place.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm looking at these higher end ones. It's like I don't even know what's happening. Oh, there we go. There's
2
sets of 3 with a gap.
That last one is tricky to pull
What?
off.
How common does that last one happen? I'm curious.
Well, the thing is, you can engineer it to happen. It's so this is gonna blow
That's
your
God
mind.
mode. That's God mode right there.
But you can choose what colors you want to spawn, because you can squish a block that's the wrong color, and you can arrange the blocks so that the empty spots will spawn the color you want, and you can sort them so that when you push them in, they all blow up. I have trouble setting up that combo. I can do it a few times, but I've had friends who say that they pretty much always do that combo, and that's all they do.
Damn it! I'm trying to set up combos and I accidentally touched the wrong spot.
Oh. One of the other things that happens in this game that you haven't noticed yet is every time you reach 3 ranks, the music changes, which I think has a somewhat profound effect on like how the game feels.
Yeah,
Because
when I hit that 3rd stage and the new music changes, just like, yeah, it's another level of
Yes.
play.
I get it. I haven't even got to that. Okay. 3rd stage. What's that? That doesn't even exist to me.
the third that's the 9th rank, because each group of 3 ranks is like kind of its own area in a way.
Yeah, I was trying to set up some combos, but now I've just gotten kind of overwhelmed. It's like, get this shit out of my way.
But the thing is, like, so I see you get overwhelmed, right? But then you stay overwhelmed even after you manage to get back into control.
This will probably be my last attempt. See if I can unlock something here.
Okay, cool.
Ah, crap. I didn't want to touch that, but I did anyway. Ah, damn it.
Okay, you can totally set this up, man. Oh.
I lost it already.
Orange. Okay, put that pink one up. Just.
You're talking about stuff that's done and gone at this point.
I gotcha. I keep on forgetting. I can't even.
I'm hosed. I don't know what I did. How I got so hosed, but okay. Waggle time.
Nah, waggle time's not gonna save you. It's just because the spawner's still speeding up while you're waggling, because it's based on time.
Oh, that's not cool.
So Sammy, I don't have S-Gel, I don't have a iPhone file you can put on your iPhone because I'm going to sell it on iPhones. But if you wait until Thursday, you can buy it on the App Store for super cheap. Corey, do you know what the price is going to be? I think it's $1.
$1 for this? That's well worth it.
Mm-hmm. And also, we had a lot of so when we were making the game, we were agonizing over a monetization method because we kept on trying to think like, how on earth are we going to make money off of this game? Because we didn't really think we could sell it, and we also we didn't want to put ads because we kind of feel like ads are shitty, and we didn't want to put we didn't want to make you buy acorns or whatever because that's also shitty, or buy power-ups, especially when there's a high score. You'll see some dude in a high score and they're like, well, he just bought the point booster, so welcome, I don't care, right? All those things were stuff that we were agonizing over. But we were lucky enough to get the attention of a publisher, Bulky Picks, which basically means that we can just sell it, and that's practical. That's practical because they'll do advertising and promotions and stuff for us. Whereas normally that would just be a death sentence. Nobody would ever pay money to play a game that they've never heard of, right?
Yep.
So and what's really nice about that is that we don't have to affect the game in any way, because Corey and I, we really want to have a game that's just made to be fun and is fun and isn't made to try to funnel you into different stupid little shops,
Yeah, I do appreciate that you don't have microtransaction to buy shinier blocks or some douchey thing like that. So I definitely respect that. Also, who did the music for the game?
Okay, so the music is done by it's all open source, free music. So the song that you hear is actually I had to actually get permission from him, and that's Marcel Weiss on a oh god, what's the name of that place that had all the Newgrounds?
Ah,
yeah.
So someone was saying earlier about how it reminded them of Disco Dodgeball music, and I was wondering if there's any relation if this is the same composer or whatnot, but I'm not sure who did the music for Disco Dodgeball.
I don't know who did the music for Disco Dodgeball either. Disco Dodgeball has some really good music.
Disco Dodgeball has a lot of multiple people have made the music, I know.
Yeah.
Because I know that he had some music from some dude on Reddit, I believe.
Banana is actually disco, so 0 out of 10.
Good point.
I wish I was joking with that comment, but there are people who truly believe that.
Oh
Yeah.
I completely forgot that my keyboard explodes your ears.
It's not too bad right now.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Stone. That means a lot to me.
I
to
will
hear.
do the same when it's on Android. Give me something to play at
Okay,
work
cool.
on my breaks as
It'll,
well.
it'll,
So.
it'll be on Android on the same day, on Thursday as well. It's coming out for both at the
Okay, that's
same.
awesome. Oh, it says all mobile on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
See, we're not normally a mobile-focused podcast slash YouTubers slash streamers here, but it will be on PC. There is the playable demo on the website for the PC right now. And, you know, I appreciate a good mobile game every now and then, especially if there's no scummy monetization in it. And this isn't. It is just a wholesome, solid, fun game that is just, you know, a business model that I'm fine with. Just pay money and you have a game. Not any nonsense like that. Plus, global leaderboard's always a good driving factor for people like Banyle and Lady Jade. They're actually good at this stuff. I want to see how they fare on the leaderboards once it goes live and goes public.
I'm actually very interested to see that because they do really well. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually like stay up near the top for a while, but I also wouldn't be surprised if there's just some people I've never ever heard of start just like blasting off way into the sky on points.
Yeah, and I think me and Jade we have this rivalry going on as well.
Cool.
I hope you guys stay in
Yeah.
the top once it goes public. I hope you don't like just get annihilated into oblivion. If you did,
Yeah.
your spotlight time's over apparently, but still.
I hope.
Oh,
It, yeah,
totally
I
got
hope.
it.
I hope it doesn't get churned through. But honestly, like, it's okay if it doesn't. Like, I had a lot of fun making it. Like I've learned a lot about the game making community. Even if I don't do well, even if Luminux doesn't do well, I'm not going to give up on game design for a while now. I'm probably going to give it at least a good year of work before I feel sad enough to get a real job as well. But
Okay,
But yeah, that would
yes,
be-
yes, Sky Warrior, you're a hyper gauntlet god. We know.
Yep.
Yeah. Welcome, Sky Warrior. I didn't see you show up. I haven't been paying
I
too
had
much
the number one
attention.
spot on Hyper Gauntlet, and I was so happy. And then not even 5 minutes later, this guy was just like, nope.
Right? Sky Warrior, he cheats. I believe he cheats. It's all hacks. No, not really. Sky Warrior is just amazing at that game. That's another game that I'm fairly terrible at, just like yours. So that's most
I'm noticing
games.
a common reaction here.
you kind of get a the thing about games like Hyper Gauntlet is like the easiest way to play them is to zone out, just like just a little bit because.
Yeah. Go into like Zen mode.
Subconscious is a god, that's why.
Yeah, it's so I heard about this. It's called your blind sight or your blind sense. It's like if you're a piano player and you think about the notes you're about to screw up, etc. So like your subconscious, it moves quicker because it operates on reaction instead of your conscious, which like let me think about it for just a second, which is bogus for most stuff.
That I call it like Zen mode. It's pretty much you just go into like a Zen mode, and
Yeah.
you know I've had that. I've been in that state with some games, not these style games apparently. But hey,
That's
I like indie games. I never claimed I was good at games. So
That's how I beat most songs on Expert on Guitar Hero. I just zoned out and came back
That's-
later at the end of the song like, what?
Cool.
I
Yeah.
did it!
I was never great at Guitar Hero, but that's when I've been in that mode before as Guitar Hero. When you have to get in that mode to do good in that game. Now, if you could learn to turn that on and off like at will extremely easily, then you could be a gamer god.
Just daydream.
But you wouldn't be good for
Make your daydream to
commentating.
go along with the music, and before you know it, you're gone.
Exactly. But it wouldn't work well for making videos or streaming of that, because then you just be like zombie mode.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought of that. Yeah, if you go into Zen mode, then you aren't really going to be talking and stuff. That's tricky.
It is. And let's go ahead and move on to our Kickstarter spotlight here. This one has a little bit of an interesting story behind it. This is a game that I have liked for quite a while. This actually came out as a Ludum Dare. I think it was Ludum Dare or some game jam. No, it was the FPS, 7-day FPS. 7-day FPS, that's it. It came out last year in the 7-day FPS game jam called Super Hot, and I made a video of it for Free Game Friday. And in that video I said I would love to see this made into a fully fleshed out realized game. Guess what? They're kickstarting to make it into a fully realized game. It's already hit its goal of $100,000 and almost doubled it now. It's $192,000. Still 13 days to go in this Kickstarter. Still time to jump in on it. And let's go ahead and just watch the trailer here.
Super hot. For me, Superhot is a game about empowerment. A simple, very stylish and very engaging game where the time moves only when you move. That creates a very unique type of gameplay, very different from the normal FPS type games.
The amount of control over the action you have is something you've never seen before in a shooter game. Everything is time controlled. Every step you take, you have as much time as you want to do it. Every bullet you see in the air, you may stop at will and try to avoid it. This gives a completely different experience for the player because you can really see the gunfight from within.
It's not a snapshot that you're seeing. It's a world that's still alive. The bullets are inching slowly towards your face. You can feel like your favorite action hero in the most badass action scenes in Hollywood.
Superhot is not a game about taking cover and shooting your enemies from behind the cover. You just walk between the bullets. You don't collect ammo, you collect guns. When you're out of bullets, well, you have to figure out how to find a new gun. Superhot started as a small project made by a group of friends, and we made the game, the original prototype, for the 7-day FPS challenge.
We got a lot of media attention and a lot of YouTuber attention. Basically, people went a little bit crazy about our game.
Ooh, that's not good. We're just gonna zoom by here. Oh my god!
Oh yeah! Oh, that just feels good, doesn't it?
Woo! We did it! This is awesome. This game is awesome.
Super hot! Super hot! Super hot! I love Super Hot. Super Hot is game of the year. Game of the year.
The potential for that is absolutely staggering.
We couldn't believe our eyes, what I was seeing. Superhot became the fastest game ever greenlit.
We're onto something, that we can't just leave it as a half-baked prototype. We need to make a full game out of it.
With Kickstarter, the game is in the hands of the players.
We're planning to give you alpha access to Superhot, simply because we believe that a game as innovative as Superhot requires input from the actual players. You will be able to influence the way that Superhot is built, you will be able to interact with us, talk to us.
To work with us, to communicate with us, we want to be really open about what we are doing, and we believe that we owe this to the community.
We really need your support, we really need your help to make this project happen. One of the most frequent requests we were getting is to make more guns in Superhot. And of course it's a great idea, and of course we are going to do it.
We laid out the groundwork for building a full-blown production with a lot more content, with a lot more satisfying details.
Obviously, it needs more levels. Obviously, it needs more enemy types.
Enemies with better guns, enemies with tactics.
Imagine grenades. Imagine shotguns, machine guns.
There will be explosions, explosions, and explosions.
Slow motion explosions.
Super hot! Super hot! Super hot!
Super hot. Super hot. Super hot.
Alrighty, and that was the Super Hot Kickstarter campaign trailer. I like the fact that they had a lot of YouTubers in that trailer from back when the 7-day FPS version was out. And I didn't realize Markiplier did a video of it. I don't actually watch much of Markiplier's stuff, even though, you know, I respect him as a YouTuber. Now let's turn the right screen on here. Let's get rid of that. Okay. There. Overlays are right now. Anyway, it's wonderful. God, that game is great. And the original prototype, which was what was entered into the 7-day FPS competition, can be played from the Kickstarter page. You can go and grab that. I'll throw that into chat here. Yeah, shut up, Stump. I don't do face cam stuff. Clearly, they only cared about YouTubers who do face cam stuff.
Yep.
It's wonderful, though. The game is the original prototype. While a little wonky and buggy as anything from a game jam, it's a lot of fun. And oh my god, it looks so badass, like there's now a sword. You can cut bullets out of the air. I love that.
It looks fantastic, and I like what they were saying. Where they're like, it's not a game where you hide behind things and shoot. It's like, it's kind of like these. A lot of these shooters, right? I feel like shooters are moving more and more towards realism, whereas this game's like, you know what? Screw realism. What's it like to be the dude in the Matrix? And it's like, this is what it's like. And you know what?
How can we make the hero as badass as possible?
I'm playing a video game, right? Like it's like when I'm playing D&D or whatever. I want to be crazy and badass, and I want it to be absurd, and I want it to be crazy. So that's perfect.
Exactly. That hallway scene with the shattering glass, it's gorgeous. It's so awesome. And I'm looking forward to it. Cutting bullets out of the air. It's very fun. It's very interesting the whole time. They say the mechanic is time only moves when you move, but actually it's time almost stops when you stop kind of thing. The bullets still move a little bit. Enough so you can watch them just go right by you and be like, I'm a badass.
That's smart. I think if it froze completely, it would be missing some of the feel of the slow-mo powers, right? Like, it would almost feel weaker. I don't know how to explain it, but if it was frozen, it would just kind of feel too calculated. Now it feels like you're warping time, like actually.
Yep.
Yeah, it would also make the game really easy if it just froze as soon as you stopped.
You literally have to walk into them. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, Corey said it would feel choppy. I agree with that.
Yeah, it would. It wouldn't feel nearly as smooth. This has the nice smooth transition between the full real time and the almost not time. I'm glad this has got funded like crazy. I am looking forward to this. I am going to play a lot of this when the full version comes out.
Oh yeah. Even the Unity demo they have in the Kickstarter is fun. I'm playing that right now.
Yeah, that's the version that was in the competition, the original competition build. It is a lot of fun, and I find it awesome that I said in my video I wish they would make this into a fully realized game, and they are. I'm so happy about that.
And it's amazing.
It is.
I mean, that happens for a lot of the like the Game Jam games that like really do well. Game Jam is such a great place for prototyping game ideas. And then when they take off, like I think, like what isn't the guy from Titan Souls doing the same thing where he's making a real game out of his? And
what Titan? I think so. I think I remember hearing that. There's been a few that I've definitely have. Some really good ones got really good reception. They're like, you know what? Let's take this and run with it. And it's a great way to just prototype a concept and see if how how much reception it gets. Engage if you want to make it into a full project. It's interesting. It's great, and oh god, I can't wait for this game. I wonder. Let's look at. I like to look at the high tier rewards because those are always really cool. Oh, this GIF is really good. The breaking glass GIF here. Let me see if I can put it in the chat. No, that didn't work. Oh, I know why it didn't work. God, that's stupid. I don't know what is with throwing some random numbers on the ends of URLs here when you're copying GIF URLs, but here we go. Let's get this awesome GIF going. There we go. Anyway, let's look at the high tier rewards. Let's see, for $10,000, the Super Shot device. A unique handmade electronic Super Shot device. Wait. Okay, so they're actually putting some story in the game. How you're doing this is by some device. It never really went into any detail in the original builds, because it's just a game competition build. Huh. So you get a plastic version of it. Yeah, if they're wording it like it actually does the time stop. False advertising! So, yeah, for $10,000. the rewards aren't that great.
Yeah, they don't see. Yeah, the rewards don't seem that good.
The fact is,
No.
additionally, you get to co-design a stage or endless arena mode or achievement, but like those aren't bad. That's not that great either.
No, a lot of games have cool things like statues of you in the game or an NPC based off you, but with the visual style they have of the enemies and stuff, where they're just kind of red silhouettes, that doesn't really work out with the game anyway. So
I think a statue wouldn't be impossible.
statue would work, but this GIF is also pretty awesome. Let's see here. Copy image URL. It's a bullet slice GIF. Let's throw that in chat too, because that's one of the best features about Hitbox is embedding GIFs in chat. There we go. There's a badass bullet slicing. Okay, there we go. Wasn't looking right for me at first, but okay. I think it's about time we start wrapping up. It's super hot. You guys should go check it out. If you can throw a few bucks at it, do so. But you know, it's already hit its goal, so it's already going to be realistic. Let's look at the. They did have stretch goals though. God, they have so many awesome GIFs on this page.
Yeah.
Gotta get that replay mode. That would be pretty cool.
Yes, that's something that I said I wanted in the original. Is I wish there was like at the end of the level you could replay it all back in real time to see how much of a badass you look like. Cool. So with 13 days left to go, I'm pretty sure they'll hit that replay mode. But it was $100,000 and $120,000 was better animations. They blew that out of the water. And $150,000 are speedrun mode, which is an interesting dynamic because it's a game that's based around being able to take your time. Then you're having to try to speedrun it. So that's pretty cool. Then $100,000 is replay mode. Relive your awesome actions as real-time replays with this frequently asked for feature. So apparently I wasn't the only one that thought that would be awesome. Apparently a lot of people said they wanted to see that. And then $230,000 is New Game Plus mode. And then question mark after that. They haven't thought of any other stretch goals. I'm excited to see how this is well received as a Kickstarter. So cool.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of want to make another video of it for my Kickstarter Spotlight video series, but it would just be me playing the old build that I did a video of back then, so it would pretty much just be me doing a video of the same thing I've already done a video on, so it seems kind of redundant. I don't know, even though it would be to promote their Kickstarter, but I might do it just because the game's so good, is that good.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, hey, if you weren't a member, subscribe to my channel back when I did this, check this out now, kind of thing. I do have, like, more than double the subs I did back then. Alright, let's go ahead and get wrapping up. This is the outro portion where we just show like shameless whores, pretty much. Let's go ahead and start with Eric. Tell people where they can find out more information on your game, and you, throw links in the chat, all of that.
Okay, yeah, I'll post on the same chat to the demo here, but you should also totally follow me on Twitter if you're interested in just kind of keeping up with me and game-related stuff. And we do have a Facebook for our company, but I'm not gonna lie, Facebook kind of sucks. Usually, like, I don't know if you know, but like, a lot of the times when you post something, it doesn't come out. Like you have like even if you're following the person, you kind of have to pay to get people who follow you to hear what you say.
Yeah, Failbook has always been garbage. So,
but that's where you could go. Definitely follow the Twitter. I think is the main activity there, or just go check out the demo there, or just that site in general. I do some blog posts about Luminux there and game design. I think that's basically it. I don't have a link for you to buy the game right now because it's coming out on the 5th. But on June the 5th, if you got an Android or an iPhone, please buy my game. It would mean the world to me, and give a good review. Also, that would also be amazing.
Follow him on Twitter, and he'll definitely tweet out when it's available for purchase.
Thank you.
All right, Banyle, go ahead. Drop some links to where they can find you.
Twitch.tv/Banyle. I do streams on a regular basis now, like almost every day. Usually featuring special guests like Lady Jade and other
She's
streamers.
A very special guest.
Yes. And I also have a Twitter at twitter.com/Banyle, where I tweet stupid things and I get people who get mad at me.
Because of you being
the internet in general.
Yeah. because of you being, forward, I don't end up catching your streams very often, and I'm assuming it's a lot of Dark Souls 2 streams, isn't it?
Not now. Like now, it's WoW streams and various like just random games. I'm just like I start the stream like, what I'm gonna play. Go look at Steam and just choose a random game. And that's basically how my streams work. Yeah.
Throw your links out, Gingerdragon.
All right. Nope, that was not the proper. There we go. All right, so you can follow me on Twitter where I tweet about video games, YouTube, the life of a dragon, all kinds of entertaining things. It's where I throw my thoughts out for the internet where people who don't care about them get to see them. In addition, you can go ahead and follow me on or subscribe to me on YouTube, which is where I produce the main of my content. It's got the Let's Plays, it's got the first impressions, it's got the everything. It's where I put on basically all of my work. And alternatively, you can also follow me on Twitch for a more relaxed, laid-back, hanging out style of content where we play games. I need to play more Halo sometime soon. But, yeah, play all kinds of games. Dark Souls, Halo, stuff like that. And there we go.
And, of course, I have Fedora Gamer. I stream here on hitbox.tv/Fedora Gamer with a 4 for the A in Gamer, which is always awkward. If you're not following me here, you should hit follow. It's primarily the podcast every week. I don't usually stream much more than that. I wish I could, but I haven't got around to finding the time to do that. But maybe someday. So if you're not following this, hit the follow button right now. Do it. But I'm primarily a YouTuber, indie game focused YouTuber. You can find me at youtube.com/Fedora Gamer. I'm also on Twitter at Fedora Gamer, and it's all about indie games. I love them indie games. So. And that's about it. So I thank you everyone for coming by. Everybody have a great day, and bye-bye.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Bye.
Okay.